ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं वा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकृतं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय तले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवाद पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिसे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्ण भक्तरूपासर्वकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताक्षं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्तो राधाकान्तो स्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। हरे कृष्णा। It's an honor and privilege to be amongst all of you. And thank you for giving us an opportunity to share Krishna Katha, Gaur Katha. Today is a very special day in Mayapur. Anybody knows what is a special day? Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yes. These two brothers are very dear to Srila Prabhupada, very dear to this Mayapur community, and very dear to the whole ISKCON world. And Pankajangri Prabhu is known as a Prahlad of this age. When the devotees here, they had a desire to set up Lord Nrsimha, Ugra Nrsimha. They were looking forward who can really worship this deity who is in this Ugra form. And at that point of time, Pankajangri Prabhu came forward. And he was there in that service close to 50 years. You can see the dedication, the sacrifice of decades. We're not talking about a day or a week or a month or a year or right. For around 5 decades he served here. And either rain or shine, Either it's a flood or, like dacoits, whatever the situation may be, he was not shying away from his responsibility of offering his selfless devotion to Lord Nrsimhadev. There are times when this whole area would be flooded with Ganga water, and there would be snakes, crocodiles, and he would be swimming and going to worship Lord Nrsimhadev. So yes, these two brothers came from London, from UK. But after coming here, after taking center of Prabhupada, they were never went back. Only after a couple of decades, when there was some service requested by the GBC, right? Janivas Prabhu moved out, especially for the TOVP, project and so on. But they were completely dedicated. This is the Guru Nishtha that we can really learn from these two brothers. Right? That's how Srila Prabhupada says in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, there are many moons. Yes, we have heard of sun, Krishna, Surya, Sama, Maya, Hoya, Andhaka. And yes, Jai Gaura say Krishna. So some says, yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also Krishna. Some says, yes, he's Gaura Chandra, he's also moon. Why he is moon? Because, he's reflecting like the light of the sun. So he acts as a servant, right? Though he is a supreme Lord. And when he appeared, it is mentioned that Akalanka Gaura Chandra Dila Darasana Sakalanka Chandra Kiva Proyojan. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in that 1486, right, in that Grahana time, right, it is mentioned that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Akalanka, with spotless features, when he appeared, and then the moon with spots, he said, oh, I'm really not eligible, to be amongst, all these people in this universe. And he got hidden through this form of Grahana. But what our Acharya is saying is that more important, like because most of the time, like through our material science, we understand, oh, there is one moon that we can see here. But Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that Jaya Sri Chaitanya Chandrera Bhakta Chandra Gana Savara Premo Jasnaya Ujjwala Tribhuvana. He says that Jaya Sri Chaitanya Chandrera, all glory to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? And his devotees, who are his devotees? They are Chandra Gana. They are the many moons. They are the many moons. So all the devotees, the dear devotees of Mahaprabhu, they are like moons. That's how our Giriraj Swami Maharaj, he writes the book, Many Moons, right? Keeping Srila Prabhupada in the center and all his dear disciples. Because what they do, especially in, there is a very nice book called Chaitanya Chandramrita, written by Prabodhananda Saraswati, who has written also this Navadip Mahatmya and Navadip Sataka and the glorification of Navadip. He has also written a very beautiful book on the glories of Mahaprabhu. He talks about three characteristics of a moon. What are three characteristics of a moon? He says that this moon, it uproots the darkness, right, in the night. And it gives cooling effect to this universe. And third, it really gives that loving juice to the entire universe in the form of this cooling rays, so that all the fruits gets nourished. Yes. This is the effect of the moon. And this is the same effect also of the devotees of the Lord. This is the same effect also of the holy names of the Lord. Nama Sankirtana Hoya Sarvanartha Nasa Sarva Subhodayo Krishna Premera Ullasa. Krishna Kaviraj Goswami saying, Nama Sankirtana Hoya. Now, by chanting of the holy names of the Lord, Sarva Anarthanas, all the anarthas, right? All the ignorances, all the darkness gets removed, right? And the second effect, Sarva Subhodaya. Now, yes, all the auspiciousness, right, comes out, right? And once all the auspiciousness comes out, you feel that coolingness, you feel that cold. not like that scorching heat of this Trayatapa of the world. No, because earlier we heard of Trayatapa, three kinds of misery, and so many, right? Three like types of modes and so on. But the three effects of the moon, right? Yes. And the third effect is that, yes, Krishna Premiera Ullas, this Sankirtan and this and the devotees, they really also awaken the love of Godhead within our heart. That is the beauty of these moons. Yes, as we are about to embark on discussing this very beautiful, this most important pastime in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, in Chaitanya Lila. Uh, and of course, this whole Gaura Lila is like a Sindhu. तुम्हारा चे लीला महाअमृतेर सिंधु मोर मन गचर नहे तारो एको बिंदु. Just like Brahma prayed to Lord Krishna, oh Krishna, I don't know. Some people might say that I know Krishna, but as far as Brahma, I am having these four heads, I cannot understand Krishna. Similarly, our Acharya is saying that Gaur Lila, Hari Hari. Nobody can understand the fathom of the depth of Gaura Tattva. Right? Mora mana gochar nahe. Through my tiny intelligence, and I cannot even understand a drop of it. And then, is it that we are making an arrogant approach, right, to dive into this ocean, right? Yes, because these pastimes are so sweet. These are so sweet. It is mentioned that even just this is so deep that we cannot really dive on our own, right? Once you go try to dive on our own, that yes, it is not possible. Chaitanya Chandrera Lila Gadha Gambhira Pravesa Karite Nare Sparse Rahitira. Right? If you don't know swimming, we should not dare to go inside that ocean. It's very dangerous. What do you do? Because it is so deep, there are so many currents are there, so many wild animals are there. Better, but here in this nectarian ocean of Gaur Lila, of course, it is so deep, but still we might, through our material intelligence, we might speculate something, we might commit some offense, right? So, Krishna's Kaviraj goes, I'm not really going so deep, but I'm just trying to understand a little bit from the soul of that ocean. And still, is there any hope for us to describe Gaur Lila, to hear Gaur Lila? Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami gives a very hope-giving statement. He is saying that Bande Ananta Adbhuta Iswaryam Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhum Nichopi Yat Prasadatsya Bhakti Sastra Pravartaka. But by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he is Ananta, he is Adbhuta, he is Aishwaryam, right? What he does? Nicho piyat prasadatsya. Nicho, even if a person is the most fallen, by his mercy, yat prasadatsya, bhakti sastra pravartaka. He becomes the preacher of bhakti sastra. And we have seen the live examples, how with the empowerment of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so many uncultured, malicious and yavanas, right? Even they become the topmost Vaishnavas. Right? Especially, of course, these are the eternal associates of the Lord, the kind of perform these pastimes. But just to show us, we have seen there was devotees like this Kushakurta Prabhu, who was a completely in a one way before coming to Krishna consciousness in a very uncultured, in an untidy way. But then after coming to the Krishna consciousness, he became the topmost scholar. He really translated all the Sanskrit Sadgandharva, like right Sadgandharva, like of Jiva Goswami and all the Bengali literature to English. And especially what we read about Chaitanya Bhagavat is really contribution of Kushakurta Prabhu. Right? Who can really understand the glories of Mahaprabhu? Who can really understand the empowerment given by Srila Prabhupada? This is the glory. Right? Yes. And especially this Mahaprabhu's Lila, it's really Adbhuta. This is Adbhuta. It's not only his qualities are adbhuta, his pastimes are adbhuta. It is mentioned, Achintya adbhuta Krishna Chaitanya Bihar, Chitra Bhava, Chitra Guna, Chitra Vyavahar. His bhava, his ecstasy is really magnificent. It's wonderful. Chitra Guna, his qualities are wonderful. Chitra Vyavahar, his achar, the way he deals with the devotees, that's also so wonderful. Right? And not only about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. Right? How many of you are there in our Puri Yatra 2 years back? Harivo. So yes, hopefully we'll go sometime soon. On the first day of Yatra, anybody remembers where we had gone? Yeah, Bhaktan Sarji Thakur. Before that, we had gone to Gundicha and then Indradimna Sarovar. And Indradimna Sarovar, we kind of just touched a glimpse of this Gundicha Marjana pastime. Right? And then also we discussed that how all the associates of Mahaprabhu, they used to go to Indradimna Sarovar. And they used to play water sports. Right? Saying, Kaya, 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 Kaya. Remember? Right? And at that point of time, Gopinath Acharya, right, he's saying, what is really happening? This Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he's a Raja Purahit of Sri Jagannath Mandir, of the King Pratap Rudra. And this Ramananda Rai, he's the governor of South India. These are the most aristocrats of this kingdom. And now they are playing like child. What has really happened to them? Right? And at that point of time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says to Gopinath Acharya, please ask them to stop these childish activities. And then Gopinath Acharya is really saying to Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu, the wonderful characteristics of your pastimes and the pastimes of your devotees are, with your glories, with your love, even a Meru like a mountain can be really inundated. And what can we think of this small, pebbles like of Sarva Bhattacharya or Ramananda Rai? Right? He's saying that, you see, this is the mercy. Like Sarva Bhattacharya earlier was eating dry oil cakes. And now with your mercy, he's eating the nectar. He's drinking the nectar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. His associates ki jai. Yes, this is the glory of Mahaprabhu. Right? Yes. Like even a Pamara became a Amara. Right? Even the most fallen person becomes the immortal because he drinks the nectar of the Gaur Lila. Right? Because here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, though he is the Supreme Lord, he is the cause of all causes. Right? He comes as a devotee to teach us, to tell us how to perform this bhakti. This is the unique characteristics of the Lord. Right? Apani karibu bhakti bhava angikar, apani achari bhakti sikhaibu savar. And I'll appear as a bhakta, I'll appear as a devotee, and I will teach the bhakti to everybody. Right? Yes. Yesterday we heard from our Subandhu Prabhu so nicely how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, though he is the Supreme Lord, just to teach a lesson to all the living entities, he accepted a guru as a Iswara Puri as the guru. Right? But then, as soon as he was initiated by Mahaprabhu, he really got mad. Kiva mantra dilo gosai, kiva tara bol, japite mantra korilo pagal. He's saying that, oh, Iswarapuri, oh Acharya, what kind of mantra you have given? I have really become mad. I become really intoxicated. Right? One time, we are hearing one class of Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. He was saying, he started the class. Like usually, unfortunately, most of us might not have seen his kirtan, might not have his classes. Usually his kirtan starts at Mangalarti and goes till 9 o'clock, and after that, Bhagavatam class. Right? Hours of Mangalarti kirtan. Right? After this ecstatic kirtan, he sits in the Vyasasan and then he says, the goal of life is to become mad. And mad after Krishna. Mad for Krishna. That is the goal of our life. Right? Yes. Everybody is really so mad. They are pramatta. Right? Pramatta after so many sense enjoyment activities. Right? But the real goal of life is to be mad for Krishna. Right? Unless we have that sincere desire, right, to attain Krishna, we cannot attain Krishna. No? Right? Yes. Especially, what is that madness in 11th canto, second chapter? There's a very nice discussion happens. It says that what is really this love of Godhead? What happens if somebody really receives that love of Godhead, that prayojan, the goal of life? It is mentioned, Evam Bratoso Priyanama Kirtya Jata Anuraga Druta Chitta Ujjay Hasati Atharodati Roti Gayati Unmadavan Nrutyati Loka Bahai. What happens? Is somehow or other someone receives this love of Godhead. And how somebody receives love of Godhead? By chanting the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And it's not through the lip. Jatanuraga Druta Chitta Uchchai. That's why our Acharya is saying, we should chant loudly, Gauranga! With love, with anurag. Jatanuraga Druta Chitta Uchchai. And once you chant with that emotions, with that feeling, loudly, what is the result? Hasati. You start laughing, right? Because of the mercy that you have received, right? Hasati, Atha, Rodati, you start crying. You Gayati, you sing uninterruptedly. Unmadavan, just like a mad person. Right? Nrutyati Lokabai, you really don't care what the other people are saying about it because you have received this nectar. You have received the treasure. You have received the true dhana. Right? A person really goes really mad. And especially in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhya Khanda, 8th chapter, very beautifully describes how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was showing these ecstatic symptoms. Right? After being initiated, after he came into this Navadip, this Mayapur Dham, and this Srivas Angan, the kind of manifestations he was showing. Right? It is mentioned that sometimes he would cry for 3 hours. Sometimes he would laugh for 3 hours. Right? Sometimes he would perspire, just like the Ganga is flowing from his body. Sometimes his body would be like a blazing fire. Right? Sometimes he would be dancing like mad person. Right? Like an intoxicated lion. Right? Sometimes he would roll on the ground. Sometimes he would touch the lotus feet of some devotees. And sometimes he would tell, oh, you are my servant. Right? And sometimes he becomes like a statue. And sometimes he becomes like an ice cream with no bones. Right? Sometimes he would behave like a drunkard. Right? Completely oblivious to the surroundings. This is what Vrindavan Das Thakur is giving a glimpse in the 40 verses in this chapter. Right? What kind of ecstasy Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would be really showcasing that what is the perfection of a devotional life. Right? Yes, this Gaur Lila, each of the pastimes, they are like in a Sindhu. And Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is saying that Sri Krishna Chaitanya Lila Amrute Rasara Eka Lila Prabhahe Bohe Sata Sata Dhara. He's saying that this is like a big, ocean. Amrute Rasara Eka Lila Prabhahe Bohe Sata Sata Dhara. Like it is said that even Ananta, even he cannot describe one moment of pastime with thousands of hoods. This is the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Eka Lila Prabhahe Sata Sata Dhara. Right? Whatever really comes out, right? That really, goes into hundreds of streams. Right? Even, yesterday we were discussing in our Mamgachi, in the place of Vrindavan Das Thakur. Right there, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami writing in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Antilila in the 20th chapter, that Vrindavan Das Thakur, he's like drinking the pots of the nectar. Right? Dugdha Amrita Abdhi. Right? But then, what I am doing? What I have done is that I have just taken a drop of that nectar and I have said in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Can you really understand? Right? How many you have received that drop from the Chaitanya Charitamrita? I don't know if anybody have touched also. Right? Yes, that's why our Acharya is saying, Chaitanya Charitamrita Nitya Karapan. Jaha hoite premananda bhakti tattva gyan. Yes, we should read, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because only after reading, right, we can really understand, right, bhakti tattva gyan. We understand the premananda, right? So, this pastime that we are about to start and the Mahaprakash Lila, right? This is also called Sataprahariya Lila. This happened, for 21 hours. This one pastime that is there, in the 2 chapters in Chaitanya Bhagavat. This is the most important pastime of Gaur Lila, we can say. And where Mahaprabhu really soared, as a Raja Rajeshwar. Because most of the times, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would really behave as a bhakta, as a servant of the Lord. Right? Hardly in terms of some, momentarily, he would really act as a Lord. But once again, he really go back to his default position as a servant of the Lord, as a servant of the devotees of the Lord. And then you would see that how Mahaprabhu used to kind of go to Ganga and really, help in the washing the clothes of the Brahmanas and the devotees, and he would really carry the clothes. Right? In so many instances, how Mahaprabhu would always act as a servant of his devotees. But this is the one instance, he would really show him as the Supreme Lord, the absolute truth, the cause of all causes. Not for momentarily, for 21 hours. Right? That is his beauty. And like the beauty is that how he really brings all his devotees, and if somebody is forgotten, he will call them back. Oh, please call this devotee. I want him to see what is my real form. Right? So Lord never forgets. Sometimes we might be thinking that, oh, I'm not there, right? In this place, or this event, whether Lord will recognize, Lord remembers or not. Lord understands each and everything. Right? And yes, on this situation, right? Lord sat on the throne of Vishnu, right? Along with Saligram Sila, just to share that, yes, Sri Krishna, Chaitanya, Radha, Krishna, Nahi Anya. He is that supreme absolute truth. Right? And as it proceeds, he really showcases himself as for the devotion of his devotees. Especially, in Bhagavatam, we just read in our Bhakti Bhagavad class, there's a beautiful verse. It says that, Yat yat dhiyata rugaya vibhavayanti tad tad vapu pranaya se sadanugrahaya. As for the devotion, as for the constitutional position of a devotee, Lord reciprocates accordingly. Yat yat dhiya tad arugaya vibhavayanti. Lord is so omnipotent. Lord is so, opulent. And his Lord is so, he knows the inner, what is there inside of our heart. Prabhupada writes in that purport that, yes, every living entity has a specific relationship with the Supreme Lord. And once we cultivate this process of regulative devotional service, that establishment happens. That relationship gets awakened. What is our relationship with the Supreme Lord? And as it proceeds, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells his devotees, oh my dear devotees, in this regal posture, he says, sing now this bathing song. Right? And as Mahaprabhu glances all the devotees realized, yes, Mahaprabhu wants, himself an abhishek. And all the devotees, they bring pots and pots and pots of water from Ganga. Right? Usually for abhishekam, maybe we do 8 pots or maybe 108 pots. But on this day, they were bringing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pots. Right? And not only that, they were putting the chatusma, right, like musk, sandal paste, saffron, camphor into that water, and they were doing abhishekam. Led by Nityananda Prabhu, he started, and then Srivas, and then Advaita. Everybody started doing abhishekam for the Supreme Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? And then the devotees started chanting Purusha Sukta prayers. All the devotees like Om Sahasra Sirsa Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat And all the devotees, they started chanting, Purusha Sukta prayers at that point of time. Right? And when it was all happening, all the demigods, they thought that, wow, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is now really showing himself. They also disguised themselves as devotees and somehow they sneaked in. Right? Because they wanted to witness this wonderful pastime of Mahaprabhu as Raja Rajeshwar, the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Absolute Truth, the cause of all causes. Right? Yeah. Because you see, can you understand the fortune of these devotees? It is mentioned in the Puranas, even a drop of water you really, do abhisekam for the Supreme Lord, you will not have a darshan with the Yamras. Right? And these devotees, they were pouring gallons and gallons of, Ganga water with all this, divine materials, for Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And at that point of time, right, Mahaprabhu realized that everybody is engaged, even all the servants of Srivas Thakur. It is really happening in Srivas Thakur's house, right? And he saw that there was a lady, right? And she is also bringing the water, right? She is doing the seva in the background, right? At that point of time, Mahaprabhu is saying that, like here, Vrindavan Thakur is saying, what is really happening at that point of time? Srivasera dasa dasai ganeyana jala prabhu snana kore bhakta sevarai phala. And all the dasasis, they got really engaged in the service. Jala ane eka bhagyavati. There was one bhagyavati, there was one fortunate lady. What is her name? Dukhi. Apana Thakura dekhi bole anana. And once Lord saw that Dukhi is really bringing that water, he said, Anna, don't stay in the background, please come in the foreground. And, you can also do abhisekam, correct? At that point of time, sing the devotional service. Apane Thakura tara bhakti yoga dekhi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he sees the devotion that is there within our heart, right? If you're really offering, right, a little bit also water with the devotion, with that humility, right? Without love, right? Lord accepts it. And at that point of time, Lord initiates her. Dukhi nama khuchaiya thulena sukhi. At that point of time, Mahaprabhu initiated her as a Sukhi. Right? Yes, and our Acharya is saying that if somebody is really named Dukhi at earlier ages, because maybe her earlier siblings, they might have died because of some unfortunate incident. And that's why the parents named the child as a Dukhi, so that Yamaras will come and feel that, oh, why, he's a miserable person, why should I really give more misery? Let me go away. All right. And you see, the first instruction that Mahaprabhu is really showing in this Mahaprakash Lila is the importance of humility. Right? Right? Not that I want to be in the front. Right? I want to just showcase myself that yes, I am the all and all, for doing everything. Right? In this case also, we remember this pastime, how when Srila Prabhupada was there in Radha Damodar temple, right before going to US, Srila Prabhupada says that every day one old lady used to bring water from Yamuna for doing abhisekam to Radha Damodar. And Srila Prabhupada, he had told that, yes, this lady will go back to Godhead. This is the word of Acharya. Satyam vidhatum nija bhrutya bhasitam. Right? Whatever the Acharya says, and the Lord has to fulfill that promise. Right? You see the quality. Right? Yes. This is like especially for a Vaishnava. He's really known by his qualities and not by this tila, kanthimala or whatever we do. Right? Especially our Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami. He has given 26 qualities. Out of the 26 quality, do you know what is the most prominent? Krishnaika Saranam. Yes, how we can really surrender everything to Krishna. But then, it is also mentioned that how this Krishnaika Saranam comes only with humility. So this humility is the foundation principle. Right? Yes, it is mentioned like, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a lion. He's like a lion. Especially Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj, he gives a very nice analogy. He says that, we don't know, right, but we are just quoting from the Acharyas. He says that the lioness milk, is a different texture, right? You cannot hold it in an earthen pot. If you want to hold this milk,
you have to keep in a golden pot. Right? Similarly, to keep the Mahaprabhu's mercy, if this pot is not of the right ingredients, you cannot really hold it. Right? Chaitanya Simhera Nava Dipe Avatara Simhavirya Simhagriva Simhera Hunkara Navadip, right? Like Mahaprabhu appeared. He appeared in Simha Lagna, Simha Rasi, Simha Nakshetra. Simha Virya is an opulent and strength of a Simha lion. Simha Griva, like shoulder of a lion. And Simhara Hunkara. He always used to roar like a lion. Right? And if you want to keep the mercy of Mahaprabhu in our heart, it has to also have a certain ingredients. Do you know what is that ingredient that is required? Yes. That's what, like in our OBL Kapoor, Bhaktivinoda Swami Thakur's one disciple, he went to Srila Prabhupada in that prayer pharmacy, Allahabad. Yes. Oh, Abhay Charan. He was a growster at that point of time. He said, no, oh, you are a good chemist. You know all the chemicals. Can you tell us what is the chemical formula for Prema Bhakti? Then Srila Prabhupada said, what is that formula? Trunadapi suni chena tarorapi sahisnuna amanina manadena kirtanya sadahari. Yes, dear friends. Yes, we speak about it a lot, but it's very difficult to realize it. Because I remember one time one devotee, right, approached a, elderly devotee, said, oh Prabhuji, I'm so insignificant. I'm really fallen. And this devotee wanted to test him. He said, I feel so. And as soon as he said that, oops, what you say? I just said like that only. But do you really think I'm fallen? Just to maintain my etiquette, I said I'm fallen. But do you really think so? Your heart will break. Right? If somebody will say that you are such a fallen person, but at the same time, we pray in front of Mahaprabhu at the same time. Right? Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Daya Karo More, Mosama Patita Prabhu, Na Paivar. Like, we always pray that I am the most fallen. But if somebody says you are the fallen, how do you react? Right? Yeah, this is the test. We can really test ourselves by asking, how exactly we are really dealing with the devotees. How we are really seeking the feedback from the devotees. How we are really accepting the feedback from the devotees. Right? Yes. This is another important quality. Like that Antardeep and Simantadeep also were discussing this. Our Jayananda Thakur. Right? What he was known for. He was holding the trash can in the temple. Though he was a temple president. Right? This is the quality of our acharyas. Yes, as we go forward, the devotees were bringing, so much of food stuff, like thousands of bananas, right? And so much of sweet contents, right? Moong dal and butter, milk, curd, right? And this is also another test that how is the Supreme Lord, right? Can anybody think of just eating, or drinking one bucket of sweet rice and 100 pots of Ganga Jal? Will he still be seated in the throne, or will he sit somewhere else? Right? This is the quality of, this is the test of a God. Right? Yes. Whatever. Like just like Govardhan. Mahaprabhu was saying, Ana. Right? He was saying, bring more, Aniyor. And Mahaprabhu was really accepting everything. And at that point of time, right? He asked Srivas. Do you remember Srivas? Long back, you had gone to the house of Devananda Pandit to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. And at that point of time, hearing this beautiful pastimes of Bhagavat, your heart got churned. You had so much of devotional ecstasy from your heart. You could not control yourself. You are really kind of, have developed so much of hair standing on end and tears from your eyes. But all the disciples of Devananda Pandit, they could not understand you. They thought that you were just a sentimental person, and they threw you out from that sabha. And the most unfortunate thing, that Devananda Pandit, he also didn't understand the qualities of a devotee. He don't understand what is a bhakti, and he's really speaking Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam, there is nothing else apart from bhakti. Right? But he doesn't understand bhakti. He's a really a fool, he's a rascal. Mahaprabhu started chastising. And at that point of time, you really came out of that room and you were standing outside feeling very sad. Right? Yes, devotees also sometimes feel sad. They have also emotions. Right? And but at that point of time, once again you started reading Bhagavatam. And then at that point of time, I entered your heart. And once again you started feeling the emotions. Right? So, yes, we get the realizations of the scriptures only through the mercy of the Lord. Right? So we cannot say that, oh, I got this realization. Right? No. Only Krishna gives us the realizations. Whatever we speak, whatever we say, it is only given by Krishna. That's why Prabhupada used to say, I have not written these books. These are, Krishna has written this. That's why he used to read himself. He used to hear himself what exactly he's writing. Right? Yes, Mahaprabhu is saying that. Seeing that, I was really feeling unhappy. And that's why I really entered your heart. And today, and that Swana Sukhand Kuj, we were discussing that how our acharyas have given treasure. Right? That the true treasures are there in the scriptures, in their pastimes. Right? In their instructions. But we are living as a beggars. Right? Though we have the treasure with us, and we are going to the great-grandfather or great-great-grandfather's house who have so much of opulence, right? But we are going there and also coming as empty-handed. Because we are just doing a eye exercise. But once we go to these places, we should really beg. Because the great-grandfather is really waiting to give all the opulence to us. He has really walked. What kind of austerity Bhaktivinoda Thakur has done? He has written hundreds of books in spite of his bad health, in spite of his official responsibilities, in spite of so much preaching responsibilities. Why he has given so much? Why he has put so much effort? No, that is a treasure that he has given to us. Same with Bhaktivedanta Swami Thakur, same with Srila Prabhupada. And we are so poor that hardly we see that what is there in these books. Right? How unfortunate it is. What is the kind of miserly situation and the pity situation of all of us? That we don't really appreciate the treasure that is given and we are living as a pauper, as a beggar. Right? Yes, that's why Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is saying that, if we just eat, right, only the foodstuffs, right, but not drinking the, Gaur Katha, the Krishna Katha, then we are really hungry. We are really living a life of hunger. Prabhupada writes that, yes, we have given all these books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Prabhupada writes in that purport, right? This is Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 25 to 78, you can read. And Prabhupada writes, you must read all the books that we have given to you. Right? This is the treasure he is giving. Just please take it. Right? But we are just shying away. No, I don't want to take it. I am busy. We're really collecting the pebbles from somewhere else. Right? Yes. Now, this is the important for all of us. Right? There are so many other lessons that we also can learn. Right? How Devananda Pandit, right, really could not understand. Right? But later on, of course, with the mercy of the acharyas, Bakrasar Pandit was the supreme dancer of Mahaprabhu. He was really passing by, right, in this Koladip, and he was really dancing. Right? At that point of time, Devananda Pandit, being overwhelmed with his the love, he really protected him, right, while he was dancing. At that point of time, Mahaprabhu remembered, yes, you have served my devotees, now you can receive the mercy. Right? That's why this Koladip is also called Aparadha Bhanjana Khetra. Right? And this Gopal Chakala and all these devotees who had offended the devotees, they were forgiven by Mahaprabhu. Right? Right? Yes, serving the devotees is the most important thing. Syan Mahatsevaya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nivesana. Only by serving the devotees, we can really understand the scriptures. And then going forward, right? There's one more. Right? We talked about Dukhi, we talked about Srivas, and then it's a very short pastime. Right? He says there is one devotee called Das. Right? And he's saying that, do you remember, oh Das, that night when I was sitting next to your side, in the form of a doctor, I had come to you and I cured her fever. Right? So here, Right? Mahaprabhu is personally saying that I am Anichi Yosadhi Maya Nasivaro Lagi. And I have brought the medicine for you. Please take it. Right? Yes, we should really understand that I am really suffering. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami, he talks about our disease. The primary disease of all of us. Vaigunya Kita Kalita Paishunya Brana Pidita. Dainyanave Nimagnaham Chaitanya Vaidyam Asraye. Right? Yes, I am taking shelter of Chaitanya Vaidyam, the supreme doctor, because I am really filled with the envious boils in my body. Right? Unless I am free from this envy, I cannot really progress in my spirituality. Right? And yes, most important thing for all of us to acknowledge that yes, we are diseased. Right? And then we approach the doctor, Vaidyam, Chaitanya Vaidyam, and the devotees of the Lord, right? Who can really, understand what is the root cause, and they will give the medicine, and we have to wait, and then we can really experience how it really works. Right? Yes, and how this envy can be removed, by appreciating the devotees. Mahaprabhu, he was showing with his own example. He was showing that Bhaktera Mahima Prabhu Koite Paya Sukha. Bhaktera Mahima Koite Hoya Panchamukha. Yes, we should remove this enviousness from our heart by appreciating the devotees. And that's what Mahaprabhu used, not that he had envy in his heart, but he was really showing with his example. Bhaktera Mahima Prabhu Koite Paya Sukha. He was always feeling blissful, glorifying Haridas Thakur, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, and all the devotees there. And when he was describing Bhaktara Mahima Koite Haya Panchamukha, he was not glorifying with his one mouth. He was really describing, just like he has 5 mouths. And this should be, no, it's not that we should be flattering, right? But genuinely, we should really see what is the good quality this devotee is having. What is the Lord has really gifted this devotee. And we should recognize it. We should appreciate it. Because if we are not appreciating it, we are kind of being envious of Krishna's energy. Right? Yes, this is a very beautiful pastime. And as we go forward, then he says, he brings his teacher, grammar teacher. Who is his grammar teacher? Gangadas Pandit. And he says, Gangadase dekhi bole, toro mon jage, Raja bhoye pale se, eve nisa bhoge. Do you remember Gangadas? That night, when you are really running in fear of this Muslim kings and Muslim soldiers, because they had come to pollute your family. They want to plunder your family, especially, your wife and your daughter and so on, and you are running towards the Ganga. But then once you went to the Ganga, you didn't find any boat, and you had so much of fear that you were about to drown at that point of time. And at that point of time, right, you became so much of distress. You began to cry, right? And at that point of time, do you remember Gangadas? What happened? Tabe ami nokaniya kheyarira rupe gangaya bahiya jai tomara samipe. At that point of time, I came as a boatman, to protect you, right? So here, another beautiful things that we can really understand and we can realize that. And so many times we come across so many dangerous incidents and we just get saved. But do you realize who is really saving us? Most of the times we get told, oh, it happened by chance. Or because of my intelligence, I got saved. Right? But at that point of time, to realize the hand of God, the plan of God is the most important thing. Right? I remember, one time, our Radha Govind Swami Maharaj was saying that, whenever he sees a Vatabhaksha, right? He says that, this is like Sivavas and Aswata is like, Vishnuvas, right? He offers obeisances even to a tree, right? Like how he will always seek. That's why he, pure devotees of the Lord, they always see the Lord's energy everywhere. They always respect, all the entities, right? This is the qualities of a devotee, right? And a devotee really takes shelter of the boat that Lord has given. Right? Yes, we are really suffering, right, in this material world, right? And what is the boat Lord has given? Yes, yes. Anybody else? Like there are so many. In Bhagavad Gita only it says that Jnana Plava, the knowledge of the boat. Then he says, that Nrudeham Adyam Sulabham Sudilabham Plavam Sukalpam Guru Karna Dharam. Yes, I have given you this boat, right? Body, right? And also he talks about that etadi atura chittana matra sparsa ichaya muhu bhava sindhu plava drashta. Haricharya Anuvarnam. This Krishna Katha is also a boat, right? How we really take shelter of the boat, right? Which will really take us. So when we are in danger, it's not that, oh, I don't have time to take care of the boat or to cross over the boat. But, once we are in danger means we take shelter of this, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam and Harikatha and Gaur Katha, right? That will really save us from the danger, right? Not anything else. And once we get saved, it's not that, because once we get saved, from some danger, right? That moment we realize, oh, thank God. Then once again we come back to WhatsApp and, all others is everyday life as usual, right? But then how we can really be grateful to whatever we receive, right? As an instrument of the Lord. Because it said, Kathanchana smriti asve duskaram sukaram bhave. So whenever there is a difficulty, we should remember, Gauranga! Right? Duskaram sukharam bhave. Sukar. Like, if you just remember Gauranga Mahaprabhu, right? Even the most difficult things becomes the most easiest things. Right? And then as we move forward, then Mahaprabhu looks into the Sridhar. This is a very interesting pastime. He asks Sridhar, of course, at that point in time, Sridhar was not there. He would tell all the devotees, go and call Sridhar. At that point of time, nobody knew who is Sridhar. And they asked, who is Sridhar Mahaprabhu? And then the Mahaprabhu said, you go, to this outskirts and you will find that how Sridhar would be chanting always, Krishna's name. Whole night. Though all the people, they would be thinking that, oh, he's like hungry and he's really crying out of hunger. But he's really chanting the holy names of the Lord. And then Vrindavan Das Thakur gives a little, flashback, on that day. When Harikatha Prabhu also spoke about it. How Nimai Pandit, he would spend hours arguing with Sridhar Kollavecha. Right? It's not that, right? Mahaprabhu wanted to bargain just for some pennies. No, it is the rasa. Mahaprabhu was really getting it, by spending time with Sridhar. Right? Sridhar was selling this banana stem and leaves and, and so on. And then when Nimai Pandit used to go and ask, Sridhar, please give me this half price. And Sridhar would say that, always, I give the lowest price. If you find somewhere else, why don't you go to any other place, any other vendor? No, I like this one and I want to take it from you only. And now, Mahaprabhu says, you spend half of your money for Ganga. And do you know who am I? I am the source of Ganga. I am the father of Ganga. And Sridhar says, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you saying? Right? And there are so many kind of, this playful exchanges would happen between Sridhar and Mahaprabhu and Nimai Pandit. Right? And on this day, once Sridhar comes, and then he tells Sridhar, please, see me, right? And at that point of time, Sridhar sees how Mahaprabhu really showed him as a Krishna, as a Krishna Balaram, right? And Sridhar got overwhelmed with ecstasy. And then Mahaprabhu told Sridhar, oh Sridhar, please offer prayers. Because offering prayer is not this kind of, just asking for something. Prayer means thanking the Lord. That is the primary objective. And then Sridhar said, oh Lord, I'm just illiterate. I'm a poor, I'm just a fool. What can I really say? How can I really glorify you? Right? And then Mahaprabhu says, please continue. Right? Yes, mukam karoti pachalam pangu langayati giri. Right? And Sridhar started praying, glorifying the Lord in so beautifully. Right? You see the contrast. I think on that day also we kind of touched this Kesava Kashmir pastime. Kesava Kashmir was personally, he was blessed by Saraswati. But then when he came in front of Nimai Pandit, his mouth became blank. Right? And now in this case, Sridhara, right? He could not speak anything, but he started speaking Vedas and Puranas. The essence of the Vedas, the glories for the Supreme Lord. This is the quality of the mercy of Mahaprabhu. right? And there are so many, beautiful ways he really glorifies. But then, we really need to understand that, like, we can really share something only with the mercy of the Lord. There was one devotee called Alladini Mataji, she was from New Vrindavan. And at one time, right, she had visited one house, Srinathji Prabhu's house. And at that time, His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj also was there. And this Mataji, she was always, humble. She would not say anything. She would not speak anything. She would not give class. She would be always there in the service only. But on that day, Maharaj said that, okay, let me also, give an opportunity for all the devotees to hear from her. And then what Maharaj told, Alladini Mataji, today you give the class. Mataji, no, 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 Maharaj, these are all aristocratic people, so opulent people. I am just a kind of, unqualified person. How can I really speak in front of all these aristocrat people? And then Maharaj said, no, 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 you only speak. And then Maharaj, okay, then somehow he begged. Maharaj said, okay, Maharaj started, Kirtan, Jai Radha Madhava. And once he finished Jai Radha Madhava, he told of the devotee, now Mataji will speak. And Maharaj went away. And then Maharaj was, like the devotees were saying that when Maharaj went away, he locked the door from outside. And the devotees, they really put that, book in front of her. And somehow she started and she could not stop speaking. Right? Because it's not about your scholarship, it's not about how much you memorize, it's really about how much you realize. And once you really go through the years of seva, Lord also showers that mercy on you. Right? And that's why you really speak. That's why you see Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj and so many of our acharyas. Though in a way they are so unqualified, right? But then, because they were soured by the mercy of Mahaprabhu, they could really speak. They could really, Prabhupada also used to, I could really defeat even the most scholarly person in the world. Right? So yes, in this pastime, Siddhar is saying that, oh Lord, I don't need anything. Because at that point of time, Mahaprabhu asked Siddhar, now ask for some benedictions. Siddhar said, what should I really ask for you? I don't need anything, my Lord. And Mahaprabhu said, Sridhar, please ask for some benediction. And Sridhar is saying, Lord, I don't need anything. Please be calm. Please be peaceful. Sridhar, please ask for benediction. This is the quality of Mahaprabhu. He is begging his devotees to ask for the benedictions. And Sridhar finally says, this is quality of a devotee. Yeah, this is the quality of Prahlad Maharaj. A devotee doesn't want to do business with the Lord. Right? Yadi dasyasi me kaman. Right? Varam stam bharatas sava. Kamanam hrudya sambruham bhavatastu brune varam. Oh Lord, I don't want to business with you. If I have a little bit of also desire, material desire, I want that you to take it out. And Siddhar here is saying that, oh, I don't need all these mystic siddhis. If you want to give me something, I just want, that pastime, that moment come to me again and again, where you come and bargain with me, right? Just like as Nimai Pandit was doing, right? Like a devotee doesn't want to beg anything, you don't want to demand anything, any things are from the material world, right? जब भक्त होता है भगवान के पास मांगने के लिए नहीं जाता है, भगवान को मिलने के लिए जाता है, भगवान को like he goes there to thank the Lord. That is the quality of a devotee, right? That's the quality of a pure devotee. Right? Yes. Because once we ask something from the Lord, what happens? Once you get some material possessions or positions, you become pride, you become arrogant. And that really becomes the hindrance for your devotional service. So that's why a devotee is very careful asking for possessions and positions. If Lord gives to, as a seva, yes, we should do it more responsibly. But then at no point of time we should, beg from the Lord, right? Any material things. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. And finally, he's giving especially Vrindavan Das Thakur also is saying very, very important sloka, right? Very, very important sloka. He's saying that, what he's saying, because we said that yes, once we have something, we become arrogant, we become proud. And this is very, very important sloka, most important sloka of Chaitanya Bhagavat, we can say. And the most important instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. Would you like to hear? Here, just like Lord Ram had given that vow, right, to Bibhishan, that, right? Right? Yes, Sakradeva Prapanya. So here, the similar Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, अनिंदुक है जय सकृत कृष्णा बोले सत्य सत्य कृष्ण तारे उधारी वतने है ना here Mahaprabhu is saying अनिंदक है if you don't make any offense and sakrit Krishna bole if you just chant the holy names of Krishna satya satya this is my promise this is my promise this is my promise this is a statement that I am really giving it to you Sridhar right Krishna tare udhari bole Lord Krishna will definitely take care of you. Now you understand the formula, right? Yes, it is difficult, but we should have that aspiration that how we should not make any offense to the dear devotees of the Lord. And then, as we proceed further, right, to the 10th chapter, Lord sees Murari. He says, Murari, please look at me. Right? He says, Murari ajna hoila moro rupa dekha. Just see my form. Murari dekho e raghu natha prateka. And at that point, what Murari sees? Mahaprabhu has Jai Sri Ram. Right? He sees Vishwambhara as a, Turbadala Syama dekha, like, just like a green grass, green color forms. Right? And how in a Virasana form, right? Vishwambhara is sitting and along with Janaki, along with Lakshman. And then, Mahaprabhu is saying, Daki bole Vishwambhara, are re banara. He's saying to Murari, what is saying? Oh, monkey. Who is that monkey? Hanuman. Have you forgotten? Right? The demon Ravana who stole the Sita, he had burnt your tail, right? But he wanted to burn, but you burnt the entire city, right? Yes, I'm really so grateful to you, Murari. Please get up. Utho, utho, Murari. Amar tumi pran. You are my life. Ami se hi Raghavendra, tumi Hanuman. I am Lord Ram and you are Hanuman. And then Mahaprabhu is continuing that, yes, whoever hears Murari's cry for the Lord, their heart will get melted. And all of you should know that his name is Murari because the Lord Murari is really hiding in his heart. Gupta. Lord is hiding in his heart. That's why he's called Murari Gupta. Don't think that he's just a Vaidya, he's just a doctor. Right? He's saying that, right? Whenever somebody remembers Murari Gupta, he will really get delivered. At that point of time, Mahaprabhu is saying, Oh Murari, please ask for benediction. Right? In the last pastime, we heard that Sridhara, he didn't ask for any benediction. But Murari is really asking for something. What he's asking? He's saying that, very beautifully, he's saying, Oh my Lord, I don't need anything else. I just want to be your eternal servant. I just want to be your eternal servant. I want to be Das. Right? In the Navavidha Bhakti, who represents Dasyam? Hanumanji. Right? And Murari Gupta is that. I don't need anything else, my Lord. Right? This is the quality of a devotee and the Lord. A Lord and devotee. A devotee never leaves the lotus feet of the Lord. And the Lord never leaves his devotees. Sahi bhakta dhanya jena chhade prabhura charana. Sahi prabhu dhanya jena chhade bhakta gana. Right? The quality of the devotee is that, whatever happens, he never leaves the lotus feet of the Lord. Right? He thinks that, yes, I have no other shelter apart from the lotus feet of the Lord. And then, Sahi Prabhu Dhanya. And this is the quality of a Lord. That at no point of time, he leaves his dear devotees. Right? Yes, Murari Gupta is really teaching us, how to serve the Lord in the mood of the servant of the servant. How our eternal aspiration to be Das, Dasanu Das. Yes, we just, in our Bhakti Center, couple of weeks back, we had a Brihad Bhagavat Swami Maharaj. He was talking about the pastime. How when Prabhupada was really traveling from Kurukshetra and then he told Gurudas right? And Yamuna Mataji and so on. Yes, this gentleman has come and he wanted to, help in establishing a center for us. Please get down. And all the devotees, they were going Bombay. And Prabhupada said, you just get down and start a center. They got down and started a center. They didn't know anything. How Maharaj was saying on that day, that what kind of, dilapidated, kind of a situation they were staying. At the same time, Prabhupada wrote a letter and met Indira Gandhi. And in just a couple of weeks, right, they met Indira Gandhi. And they talked about, the glories of Srila Prabhupada's preaching. This is the quality of the surrender. Right? And there was one more Mataji called Manmohini Mataji. So, she's calling her parents. Dad, I got married. Right? Mom, I got married. And then mom asks, by the way, what is your husband's name? Wait, let me ask my husband. Can you imagine? Can you imagine somebody from the Western world, right, without understanding the spouse, right? She got married because it really pleases Srila Prabhupada. This is the surrender. Right? This is the surrender of a devotee to his spiritual master. Because spiritual master knows that this is good for me and I will just follow. Whatever it means for me. Right? This is the mood of a servant. Right? Not that I have my opinion, I have my thoughts, I have my way of doing it. And if my spiritual master says, I really, think whether I should do it or not. That's why Guru is called heavy. He's a Guru Maharaj. Right? And yes, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, Tomara sevaya dukha hoya jata sevata parama sukha seva sukha dukha parama sampada nasaye avidya dukha. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that Tomara sevaya, in your service, dukha hoya jato, whatever the difficulties comes, oh my Lord, sevata parama sukha, that is the supreme pleasure. And seva, sukha, dukha. And seva, yes, sometimes sukha will come, sometimes dukha will come. That is a parama sampada. That is my utmost treasure. And with that treasure, what will happen? Nasaye avidya dukha. That dukha caused by the ignorance. Because the root cause of all our suffering is what? Ignorance. Right? Nasaye avidya dukha. Once we really serve the Lord, the devotees of the Lord, right? Even if it is difficult, it will really help us in getting rid of this avidya dukkha. And as we proceed, right? So what have we covered so far? Who was the first one who received the mercy? Dukhi. Second, Srivas Thakur. Third, Sridhar. Very good. Fourth, Murari Gupta. And now comes another important devotee. Right? Here, the Mahaprabhu says towards Haridas, he's saying, এই মোর দেহ হইতে তুমি মোর বড় তোমার যে জাতি সেই মোর দড়. Oh Haridas, you are more dear to me than my own body. And here, once again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is making a strong statement. Right? There is no discrimination of the race, religion, caste, creed, gender, anything like that. Right? Though Haridas Thakur was born from a Mahabhadyan family, but then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu established him as a Namacharya. Right? Can you really understand? And what is the faith of Haridas Thakur? We can really meditate on it while chanting the holy names of the Lord. As we, take shelter of the holy names, we should remember Namacharya. When Haridas Thakur was chanting the holy names of the Lord, all the Qazis and the Muslim people, they were harassing him. Oh, you are of ours, religion. Why you are taking some Hindu names? And all the Hindus, they were saying that, oh, you are polluting our names. You are polluting our religion. Because as a lecturer, you are doing all this. And then all of them, they approached this Kaji and the king. Yes, this Haridas must be punished. And this king called Haridas. Haridas, please stop it. And what was the Haridas answer? Khanda khanda hai deha jao yadi pran tabu ami bodane na chadibo harinam. You see the determination of Haridas. Do you have that? even a bit of it, right? Whenever we have a little bit of, sun, a little bit of prasad is not there, or somebody said something, you know, माला इधर ही रहने दो पहले मैं ये सॉल्व करता हूँ, right? Let me take care of my so many other things. But you see, right? This king is saying that if you don't stop this chanting of the holy names of the Lord, you will be punished to death. And Haridas Thakur is saying, Khanda Khanda Yadi Deha. If you even cut each piece of my body, still I will not stop chanting of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Haridas Thakur, what is the use of my this material body? Huh? If I don't take shelter of this, most divine opulence, the gift that Lord has given, in this form of the holy names of the Lord. Yes, at this point of time, right? So here Haridas Thakur, he's really praying to the Lord. Oh Lord, you have really taken, really have, given me shelter at so much point of, at so many times, right? And then seeing the devotion of Haridas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shows that, do you remember Haridas? That day when the king were about to, king's soldiers, they were about to torture you, as we saw in the drama, beaten to death in the 22 marketplaces. And I was in Vaikuntha at that point of time. And I sent my Sudarshan Chakra. And I came personally to really kill all these miscreants. But then, Haridas, you are requesting, you are begging for forgiveness of them. Right? At that point of time, you are not getting tired, right? Being beaten. Right? You are feeling sorrow, seeing the face of the people who are really beating you. Because they were thinking that how these people will be, this Haridas will die. If he doesn't get die, will be really, chastised to death by the king. Seeing their, sadness, you are really getting, sorrow. How I could have really killed those miscreants. I forgave them. But how you could have tolerated the beating by the miscreants on your body? And then he showed his back, with so many marks on his body. He said, oh Haridas, I just laid down myself on your back so that you could be really protected. Can you really see the love of Mahaprabhu for his devotees? Right? What can he really go through for protecting his devotees? Right? Can you really understand? Vrindavan Das Thakur gives so many examples how Lord protects his devotees. How Lord protects devotee? Any examples anybody remembers? When the when the devotee was in danger, how Lord protected? Prahlad, Gajendra, Draupadi. Yes, there are so umpteen pastimes. And here, he gives another, beautiful pastime. How when this Braj was really in fire, right? At that point in time, Krishna even devoured the fire for protecting the Brajvasis. Right? This is the quality of the Lord. Yes. At that point of time, Mahaprabhu asked Haridas, now please ask for some benedictions. And Haridas Thakur is saying that, oh my Lord, I don't need anything, but if you really want to give, I want to really take the remnants of your devotee. I want to be the servant of your devotee. And at the same time, he feels that, oh, how can I really ask? Am I really qualified to receive the remnants of the devotees? No, my Lord, please forgive my offense. He said that, oh my Lord, make me a dog in the house of a devotee. Right? And because if I'm a dog, I can really understand, the glories of your devotees. And that's what Bhaktivinoda Thakur also is saying. Sarvasva tomar charane sampiya padichi tomar ghare tumi to thakura tomara kukura boliya jano more. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying, oh my Lord, you are the only Thakura and I am the Kukura. And whatever I have, it really all belongs to you. Especially a dog. Also, what he really wants? A dog of a devotee. Because a pet dog is not value. A dog is valued when he is under the shelter of a master. Hmm. That is what really Haridas Thakur is really eyeing for. Huh? The value of a dog when he is under the master. So if somebody is really feeling independent, all right, it means that he has not really surrendered. It means that he is not a devotee. You know? A devotee means he is a surrender to the Lord and his devotees. Right? Yes, from this pastime of Haridas Thakur, we can really understand how we should be determined in chanting of the holy names. Yes, the nature of the mind is to get deviated, to get distracted. It is the nature. But the nature of a devotee is to bring the mind back. Yeah. Are we understanding? Huh? That yes, some devotee says, oh, our mind really goes here and there again and again and again. But yes, at that point of time, we should really do what a devotee should do. Mind is doing his task. Now I should do my task. I should bring that mind back. Just like a mother. What mother does? The child. When a child does not know anything, child will really go to play. But the mother really brings the child back. Right? So that he will not get harmed, she will not get harmed. Right? That's what I know. And intelligence, that's what I know as a devotee. I should really do it. That yes, I really devotees. Really, look forward. How can I really serve? Isn't it Jayapata Swami Maharaj? He gives a very nice story. While doing this Navadi Parikrama in one place, I think in Kuladip only, he was saying that at one point of time there was one dog, coming to this temple and really going around Vyasasana of Srila Prabhupada and offering obeisances. And all the devotees, when they told Maharaj, Maharaj could not believe it. And then one day night, Maharaj came and really was watching. Is it really happening? And it was really, that Maharaj said, I saw in my own eyes that in the midnight, one dog was really coming, circumambulating that Vyasasana of Srila Prabhupada and offering obeisances for a long time. Then he used to go. Right? Definitely, that even a dog in a dham is not an ordinary. Right? That's why we are discussing, right, in the Koladip about Jagannath's Babaji Maharaj. When Jagannath Babaji Maharaj was taking prasadam and some puppies were coming to take prasadam from his plate. And then Bihari was saying, oh, go, puppies. And that time Jagannath Babaji Maharaj said, stop it. Right? Don't make an offense to the dogs. Because they are the dogs of the dham. They are the dham vasis. How we should be really careful for the devotees who are staying, like on the first day, Prabhuji was talking about dhambas. Yes, if somebody has only some pious credit, some bhakti, sukruti, then only he can stay in dham. Right? So, yes, there is a beautiful pastime how in this Haridas Thakur is really showing that how we should be really devoted, determined for chanting of the holy name, and how we should really serve the devotees of the Lord without, having anything on our own. And then as we proceed further, then really comes Advaita Acharya. He tells Advaita Acharya, Advaita, do you remember? Whenever you used to read Bhagavad Gita, from each of the verses, you wanted to understand from the bhakti perspective. Because and Bhagavad Gita, to take care of the audience of the different people, and the Lord has given, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and also Bhakti Yoga. But a devotee understands from each of the verses how all the verses talking about Bhakti Yoga. Especially when Advaita Acharya, right? He was trying to understand, not speculating, right? Sometimes, like as a preacher, if you don't understand anything, we just speculate something. But Advaita Acharya was not like that. He was really trying to understand from the bhakti perspective. What does it really mean? What does it really, our Acharya is talking about this verse. Right? And once Advaita Acharya was not able to understand the bhakti meaning of a Bhagavad Gita verse, he used to fast that day. He would not take anything. Right? Yeah. At least we should do that. Okay, if I don't read Bhagavad Gita, I should fast. Forget about understanding the meaning. Right? You see how our acharyas have shown with their example and how we should be really attached to the scriptures and with the proper meaning, free from the karma and jnana. Like today only we had gone to Amghar, like not gone, but yeah, we passed through the Amghar. right? All of us know that pastime. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to take care of the hunger of the devotees, he planted a mango seed and then beautifully mango tree came up, right? And in that mango tree, right, which appeared, so quickly, that mango didn't have a skin, didn't have the seed. And one mango was sufficient for, each of the devotees to fill their belly. And what does that represent? When we talk about the mango didn't have a skin or the seed, it means that whenever Sriman Mahaprabhu was really giving that fruit of love of Godhead, it was free from jnana and karma. That seed and the skin represents the jnana and karma. Sriman Mahaprabhu was always giving that juicy pulp of bhakti to the devotees. And here, Advaita Acharya, he was really meditating on this verse, 13.14, right? Sarvata pani padam tam sarvato sira sira mukam, right? Like, where, in this 13th chapter, we hear about how the Lord is there everywhere. Everywhere are his hands, his legs, his eyes, his heads, and his faces, his ears are everywhere, right? And then this way, Advaita Acharya was not able to understand how Lord can be everywhere, everywhere his hands and legs. And then he was really in a fasting mood. And then Mahaprabhu says that, do you remember Advaita Acharya? Now I'll tell you what is the meaning of that verse. Right? And at that point of time, he really gives that Achintya Veda Veda Tattva, Vadanti Tattva Tattva Vedas, right? Like how Brahmeti Bhagavaniti Sabdyate, right? Like, how there are different levels of realization of Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So yes, Lord is pervading everywhere. At the same time, the highest understanding of this supreme absolute truth is of Bhagavan, the supreme form. Right? And so all this kind of detailed understanding, the right understanding of scriptures, only we get it by taking center of the Lord and his devotees. On our own, we cannot really understand Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. That's why in Puri, Swarup Damodar told that Bengali poet who wanted to say something on the glorification of Lord Jagannath. He had concocted some, poetry, in the glorification of Lord Jagannath, and then, but when Swarup Damodar heard it, he didn't really like it. And then he instructed that that Bengali poet. He said, Jao Bhagavata Pado Vaishnava Sthane Ekanta Asraya Karo Chaitanya Charane. You should read Bhagavatam. You should read all the scriptures in the association of the devotees. Right? And yes, we took shelter of Prabhupada's purport. We take shelter of the devotees. Right? So once we come in the association of the devotees, we should discuss the meanings of the verses. We should understand how we can really apply those verses in our life. Right? But most of the times, when we are forget about discussion, when even in a class also we come, what is the understanding we have? Oh, I know this. Then we switch off everything. But then we should ask ourselves, do I really know the detail of it? That scripture, that pastime, or that verse? Or even I know the detail, can I describe it in detail? If I can describe in detail, have I really applied that verse in my life? There are so many depths that we can really go in understanding each of the verses. At no point of time we can say that I have known Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam or Gaur Lila. We can really go so deep in our understanding of the scriptures. Right? So now, at this point of time, Mahaprabhu really was giving benediction to all the devotees. Right? Somebody was asking, oh, my father is not a devotee, please make him a devotee. Somebody was saying, my teacher, he's not having a bhakti, please give bhakti to my teacher. Somebody was saying that, oh, my son is not a devotee, please make him a devotee. Right? So many people were giving, asking for so many things, and Mahaprabhu was showering his choicest blessings upon all the devotees. At that point of time, the devotees realized that Mahaprabhu has really showered his benediction to everybody except one. Who was that? Mukunda. Yes. You see the quality of a devotee. They were not just happy receiving the choicest blessings from the Lord. They were really concerned for the devotees who is yet to receive that mercy. This is the quality of a devotee who really sees para dukha dukhi. We just were there once again yesterday in Mamgachi. We talked about Vasudev Datta. What he was saying. Yes, oh my Lord Mahaprabhu, Please give all the sinful reactions of all the people of the world, of the universe, onto my head. I want to suffer in the hell, but let all the people be delivered. Of course, Mahaprabhu says that you don't have to suffer. Right? But really, you with this statement, you really bought me. Now, oh, Vasudev, you have really, the property of this body. This really pleases Mahaprabhu when somebody takes this responsibility of the other living entities. Because that's what mood of Mahaprabhu. He's saying, Iha savar kon mote hoibe nistar. Now, how all these people will be delivered? This is the constant meditation of the acharyas. And in our Melkote, our board meeting, Yatra, we are discussing on this topic from this, Adi Lila, 9th chapter. How Mahaprabhu would be always thinking about this. How all these people will be get delivered. I'm really going everywhere. I'm really going everywhere. I'm the kind of, this Bhakti Vriksha. I am the Bhakti Vriksha. Malakara Swayam Krishna. Prema Marataru Swayam. Data Bhakta Tatphalanam. Like, Lord, He's the tree of love of Godhead. He's the gardener. He's the Data. He's the distributor of that love of Godhead. And He's a Bhokta also. He's the enjoyer of that love of Godhead. And He's saying that, yes, I'm distributing it. But one person, how much can I distribute it? He's begging the devotees, please help me in distributing this love of Godhead with everybody. Because without taking this prema phala, they are suffering so much. And I have so much of it. Please come and please eat it, this prema phala, and distribute it as much as possible. Gauranga! So here, at that point of time, all the devotees, they approach Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, please, shower your mercy on Mukunda. And Mahaprabhu said, no, Mukunda will not get mercy. Because when he is in the... Mukunda, do you know who is he? He is a childhood friend of Mahaprabhu. He is the singer. He is the topmost singer among the Mahaprabhu's associates. But during his childhood, once a while he used to go somewhere where they talk about, even some impersonality philosophy. And he used to be, with them a couple of times. And Mahaprabhu remembered that. Because Mahaprabhu is very strict. Mayavada Bhashya Sungle Hoyo Sarvanas. He's saying that sometimes he goes there and they really kind of appreciate them. And once again, whenever he is with all of us, he glorifies bhakti. So, he's really sometimes taking his grass in his mouth and sometimes really beating me. Right? He should not be allowed to take the mercy. And then Mukunda was really devastated at that point of time. And then he asked all the devotees, will I ever get mercy of Mahaprabhu? And at that point of time, once the devotee told Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu told all the devotees, yes, you will get it after 1 billion years. What would be your reaction after maybe, I don't know, chanting for 16 rounds for maybe 10 years or 20 years? They will still say that, okay, you will get initiation only after another 30 years. Right? Or maybe, okay, whatever, like this love of Godhead that we are talking about. Because most of the times, what do we really want? Instant tea, instant coffee, instant idli and instant mercy. भगवान अभी के अभी आना चाहिए, अभी के अभी मेरे को टेस्ट मिलना चाहिए चैंटिंग में. Right? We want the Nam Ruchi right now. Right? But we don't really understand what Rupa Goswami has said. What is the stage of Ruchi? Ado Savda Tata Sadhu Sangha Anartha Nivriti. Right? First you have to go through Nishtha. Then will come the Ruchi. Right? We don't have any, determination to practice the devotional service. At the same time, we demand the Lord, you appear in front of me and you give me what I want. This is our arrogance. We don't understand the value that we are getting. We are thinking it's so cheaply. No. Do we really understand what is the price? What is the price that we are getting from the Lord? We are unwilling to pay the price for it, though we are expecting that huge price. Yes, once we understand the value of the price that is awaited, then we will be able to pay the price for it. Because most of the times we demand Because we don't understand the value of this, this chanting of the holy names of the Lord. Hmm. Yes, we don't understand that how even Lord, really, shows his presence. Huh? Like in one of the yatra, we had gone to Hampi, this Malyavant Parvat. Now, at that time, we are thousands of devotees, maybe 7,000 devotees, and all of us went together to that Malyavant Parvat. And all of us were climbing, right? Right? It's not that, okay, we are just going in a queue and we'll get the darshan in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. In that place, we are waiting for maybe 3 hours. Still, we are not yet reached the top of the mountain to have darshan of Lord Raghunath. And then some of the devotees, they were getting very agitated. Oh, we have been waiting so long. Oh, what is really happening? And this and that. At that point of time, I overheard one senior devotee. He was responding to this agitated devotee. He said to him, would you like to hear what he said? He said, my dear friend, do you know how much Lord Ram, the Akhala Brahmanda Nayaka, he had to wait for this in this place? He waited here for 4 months. Hmm. Do you know how much Mother Sita had to tolerate? She had to tolerate 1 year in the Asoka Vatika in the so many, unfavorable circumstances. Right? And we want everything just instantly. Right? Why don't you really understand the mood of the Lord? What He really wants? How can you really not take this opportunity to really beg for the Lord, for the cry for the mercy of the Lord, associate with the devotees of the Lord? Like I was here remembering one more pastime also. You remember, once you are going in Govardhan, there is this Sirnaji deity. They were, it was really getting unmanifested. But when Madhavendra Puri, he went, and at that point he got the dream. And at that point in time, Gopalji, Sinhaji is saying that to Madhavendra Puri, oh Madhavendra Puri, I was really waiting for you since a long time. Why? Because Lord is inside this, earth. Somehow, because at that point of time, because of the fear of the Muslims, the devotees of the Lord, they had put the Lord inside the earth, but they had forgotten to take him out. And then, Lord came in the dream of Madhavendra Puri. He's saying that, how? I'm really waiting for you since a long time, so that you will come and you take me out. We understand the tapasya of Rukmini. Right? There are so many umpteen pastimes are there. Right? But what are you really trying to say is that, we should really try to understand the importance of the peasants in our devotional service. Yes, it's not that I just want instant result. I should really go through this process over a period of time, and then yes, it will manifest. Atha Sri Krishna Namadi. Right? Lord will reveal, His name, form, qualities, pastimes to us. But we should give that opportunity for the Lord to manifest it. Right? So yes, after that, of course, when Mukunda heard that 1 million years, he was so much in ecstasy. Oh, Paive. Oh, I will get the mercy of Mahaprabhu. I will get the mercy of Mahaprabhu. And hearing that, seeing that, Mahaprabhu said, please bring him now. Now I want to, meet him. All the devotees went to Mukunda. And then, Mukunda, Mahaprabhu is calling you. And he was so much of in trance, saying that, Paiva, I will get. He was not able to hear also what the devotees were saying. And the devotees had to lift him and bring in front of Mahaprabhu. This is the qualities of a devotee. Right? And Mahaprabhu said at this point of time, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also gave the purport that, oh Mukunda, your faith and your patience of receiving the mercy defeated my words. Because I had told that I will give mercy only after 1 million years, but because of your faith, because of your patience, I really got defeated in front of you. You see, this is the quality of this is the quality of the devotion of the devotees. That how Lord also gets defeated through the love of his devotees. Right? So, as we really proceed further, so how many pastimes? So, I think we have completed towards the end of it now. So how many, what are those devotees who have received the mercy? First one is Dukhi. Second is Srivas Thakur. Third, Sridhar. Fourth, Murari Gupta. Then Haridas Thakur. Then Advaita Acharya. Then Mukunda. Oh, you're missing one devotee. Gangadas Pandit. Yes. And one more also. Das, right? Who got cured through the fever. Right? If you just analyze all this, you will find two characteristics. Two characteristics, right? With this, we will come to the last part of this session. You'll find two characteristics that Mahaprabhu is showing here. In one form, he is showing those devotees that how these devotees are his eternal servants. They are eternal servant and Mahaprabhu is the eternal master of them. That he made them realize their position. Another characteristics Mahaprabhu is showing to some devotees that how Lord is serving to his devotees as their servants. As their servants. Now, you have to tell me which are the characteristics belong to which devotees, right? Okay. Lord making the devotees realize that they are the eternal servants. And his Lord is the supreme master. He is the cause of all causes. He is the absolute truth. Who are those devotees? Murari Gupta, yes. Advaita Acharya. So, Advaita Acharya was really held by the Lord, right? Right, in revealing that pastime. But as a master, right? Sridhar Kollavecha, right? How Mahaprabhu showed him as a Krishna and Balaram. And how, Mahaprabhu initiated Dukhi, right? Dukhi to Sukhi, right? Like Sukhi Dasi, right? And then who else? Mukunda, right? Mukunda, though he was not eligible, but how Mahaprabhu made him realize that he is eternal servant. So first is Dukhi to Sukhi, Sridhar, Murari, and Mukunda. And now who are the devotees for whom the Lord acted as the servants? Haridas, Gangadas Pandit, very good boy. Yes. Who else? We just talked about one more. Yes, Das, Advaita Acharya. Correct? How you see that? How Lord wants to serve his devotees as a servant. And what should be our mode here? If Lord wants to serve his devotee as servants, and who are we? Yes. Yeah. That's why Mahaprabhu is really giving this instruction to all the devotees as we are going to Santipur tomorrow, and as we are about to depart to our respective places. It's a very important instruction that we should remember. As Mahaprabhu was really in Santipur, Prabhuji also will, or Achit Prabhu will share it tomorrow morning. But just to give a glimpse, right? When the devotees all assembled in Santipur, and they were not able to be separated from Mahaprabhu. At that point of time, Mahaprabhu says that yes, now I am going to Puri, as said by my mother Sachi, and all of you, right? You also go to your respective houses. And then all the devotees said, what should we do? What will we do at our houses? We cannot live without you. At that point of time, Mahaprabhu is saying, why is he saying? Ghare jaye kar sada Krishna Sankirtana. Please remember this. Ghare jaye kar sada Krishna Sankirtan. Krishna Nama, Krishna Katha, Krishna Aradhana. Once again. Ghare jaye kar sada naam Krishna Sankirtana. Krishna Nama, Krishna Katha, Krishna Aradhana. What is the meaning? So yes, once you go back home, please take the Lord into your heart. Please take the Lord into your house. Right? Somehow we could not go to Ambika Kanna. Otherwise we would have discussed that pastime. That how Mahaprabhu really appeared in the heart of Hriday Chaitanya. We'll discuss that past time once we go next time, sometime. But that yes, and also as we talked about, right, all our acharyas, they have given so much of treasure to all of us. We should not go empty-handed. And yes, we should really take this Shraddha in the holy name. We should really take this Krishna Katha, Krishna Nam, Krishna Aradhan into our heart. We should not go empty-handed. That should be our takeaway from this yatra. Yes, we should really understand this love of Godhead as a supreme possession that we can have. Right? And without this, we are really Daridra. And how we really get that prema? Just by serving the devotees of the Lord. Here, once again, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is saying in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Anta Lila, 20th chapter, towards the end, he's saying that Prema dhana bina daridra is jivana. Dasa kari betan more deva prema dhana. That, oh, my Lord, I just want only one thing. I just want Krishna prema. Because I understand without Krishna prema, daridra is jivana. Right? And I want to pay the price for it. What can I pay? Dasa kari betan mare. I want to be your eternal servant. That's my constitutional position. And I want to apply that principle in my life. Right? Yes. We should have that aspiration while chanting of the holy name. That's what Prabhupada said. Once you chant the holy name, what you are saying? Please engage me in your service. We are aspiring for the devotional service. We are aspiring for seva. And then when Lord is pleased, He gives us the seva. Right? We act in the devotional service. That is the Vaishnava seva. We follow the instruction of our acharyas. We follow the instruction of the devotees. And then we really release that Krishna prema. And then a devotee doesn't stop there. And then he shares also this devotional service. He awakes also this devotional service with others. That's what it's all about. Nam Ruchi Vaishnava Seva Jiva Daya. We aspire for the devotional service. We act in the devotional service. We awake the devotional service in all the other living entities. This is the sum and substance of our parampara. This is the sum and substance of our Gaudiyas. Right? So let's take this principle, these three principles in our life and make our life perfect. Sri Sri Panchatattva Bhagavan ki jai. Sri Sri Radha Madhava Ashta Sakhi ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Samaveta Bhakta Vrind ki jai. Nitai Gaur Pramanande.